what the witnesses really saw.
Good call. The blue hands.
Hold it! No, the evidence tells us otherwise. We have the gloves the defendant was wearing on the night in question in the court record.
I'm well aware of that, sir. But nevertheless, I know what I saw in the same bite. The man had blood in both of his hands.
And I do believe him. Like, he's really adamant about it. So if it wasn't Bruce, if it wasn't any of these three figures here, and they say the guy had blood on both of his hands.
We need the second half to bring the actual person.
Yeah, probably.
And then another 2 hours of trying to
Oh
talk
my
to the person.
god. He's defiant even in the face of hard evidence. He steadfastly refuses to admit that he might be mistaken by what he saw. But why?
The reason is dire. Are we gonna get penalized for pressing? One hand or two, the salient point remains unchanged. Minutes after the crime, the victim's blood dripped guiltily from the accused's fingers, instead of innocently.
Excuse me, are you writing fan fictions, possibly? The victim's blood dripped guiltily from the accused fingers.
I suppose I didn't see it.
If that matters.
It matters.
Don't try to downplay this. Whether or not you saw the exact moment of the crime is a matter of fundamental importance, as well you know.
But for crying out loud, we all know that all of us could possibly have done it. I was just dying to save us all some time.
Yeah, but could you not entertain the possibility, or the thought of the possibility, that there was someone else there?
You don't put a fucking man's life on the interest of time.
Is that a new animation? You have a loan of 20 guineas outstanding with the defendant, do you not? Had you hoped to release yourself from that financial burden by ensuring the defendant was found guilty?
It's not entirely, not what it was all before.
You might say he had a little bit of a bias there, no?
I just lost a little guinea or 10 when I backed the wrong horse in the derby. That's all. I was going to win it all back. There's a fixtures this weekend, that's a sure thing. So you're a horse better.
A little guinea or 10?
I'm a banker. No one bats an eye if I borrow a little spending money for the win. Did you just
that's where the problem is.
From, from because accounts?
See, yes, exactly right. Did you just steal money from the bank? What?
I'm sorry. What the fuck? I think you may have revealed a rather more about your character than you bargained for, sir.
Yeah, I agree.
These witness scruples are not on trial here.
Maybe tomorrow.
Just because he has like 5 different crimes going, it isn't murder. Proceed to the next witness.
Is that really how it's supposed to work?
I remember seeing the knife, and I remember seeing both of the attackers' hands with blood on them. Hold it!
You definitely saw that too? Blood on both hands?
Yes, I mean, I know what you're going to say. Only one of Mr. Mungo's glove has any side of blood on either, whatever.
That's right. Or whatever.
The thing is, as far as I remember, sir,
The guy wasn't wearing gloves? Maybe?
when I looked out and saw Mr. McGillet sitting beside the other fellow, I don't believe he was wearing any gloves, sir.
So you are right, Shar, then the gloves are probably the killer's. He wasn't wearing these gloves?
That's correct, sir. and I saw the blood on both of his bare hands quite clearly.
So he's probably trying to
Wasn't
apply
it a
pressure to the wound and
cold
save the
day,
guy.
even if it was inside.
Huh.
How would he not have bloods in a cold night?
It's true that the dark-colored stain on the dark leather gloves wouldn't have been easy to see. That too, but
Huh? Here's all the 10 Commandments.
hear ye, hear ye.
I should point out the police officer who apprehended the accused on the night in question
No.
reported that there was no trace of blood on Mr. McGillicud's gloved hands.
So he was wearing
So
different
those
gloves. then.
are the murderer's
Yeah, so those gloves are really not his then. Huh. There wasn't blood on his hands?
This is puzzling indeed.
Right, so we had this all under the wrong assumption. Meaning that the gloves were actually McGillicud's, but they were not. So
Mm-hmm.
this must be significant somehow. I'm sure of it. Yeah, you work your little noggin there.
Somehow.
You
Go on.
somehow.
You can do it.
Can you do it, children? I didn't actually see anything myself until I heard the scream. Okay, what scream? You didn't see anything? Oh, yes, sir. Let us
Yeah,
just
it was
say, no, sir.
very
I did. I'm very sorry about what I said before, sir. Very sorry, yes. It was very wrong of me to make up stories and say I saw this and stab the man. What is that pose? Wouldn't you agree, sir?
I know what you're insinuating, but I certainly wasn't making up stories.
Still, to say you saw nothing isn't right either, is it? No, sir, I saw nothing at all. Mr. Beppo, you were driving your horses. What? At the very least, you must have enjoyed a good view of London streets, though. At night?
You see the streets out.
Oh, please, you
Every
didn't
night.
even see that. It was so cold that night, you see. It was all I could do from keeping...
So he wasn't even paying attention to the road.
Passing out. Yes, my hair was fairly frozen solid. Sorry to say so.
It seemed prudent to avoid travel on the last omnibus service of London's cold winter night.
Is that your Yelp review?
Yeah. You know what? London at night sucks.
Beppo!
Anybody.
See, yeah. That's not a fact, though, is it? And everything you saw of the incident was through the skylight of the roof of the omnibus?
That's right. It was reasonably cold at night, but the glass wasn't frosted over.
Oh yes, I remember I was shivering. It was so bitter.
Which rather begs the question of why the pair of you was sitting on the roof deck in the first place, which is what I was asking.
Yeah.
Like, why? Well, I don't know about this young fella, but I could enter the car.
Why?
Hmm?
Oh? Well, why not?
It was locked from the inside. I tried knocking, but no one opened the door.
Huh.
The person inside doesn't really get to make that call.
It was locked?
That's right. And it's public bus service for Peter's sake. That's not what I call fair play.
Hmm.
That's not what I call me.
Yes, I had exactly the same experience. I tried knocking, but the gent inside just gestured at me to clear off.
Huh.
The
Who might have that been?
So I had no choice but to climb up to the roof deck and look down lonely into the warm cabin below.
It couldn't have been that much warmer in there.
Well, I can assure you, I wasn't just looking down. I was glaring long and hard,
Yeah.
like
That I can't believe, actually.
in my tie, and that's precisely why I can't tell you with absolute confidence. But if there was anyone out there, in the cabin, I would have noticed. And I
equivocal, I would say.
I'm not sure about these two witnesses. Could they really have seen everything inside the cabin through the skylight? I
They might
mean,
not
no,
have
the angle, like, if they were sitting in the back,
Yeah.
no. Because, like, they wouldn't have seen the right below them, right? So the entire back half of here.
Yeah.
So if they claim they saw the guy getting stabbed, then they probably sat in the back, because that's where the bloodstain is, right here.
Mhm.
And if they sat here, they wouldn't be able to see this, and that's where the compartment is, right? You can see the handle right there.
There are two people side to side, and then
So if
the
they,
one person
yeah, exactly.
was
So
hiding
Mason
in the
sat
top.
here, McGillet here, and the guy
And then the
climbed
one
out of this, stabbed him, and then McGillet tried to maybe stop the bleeding or something.
Yeah,
Because
probably.
McGillet was sleeping, is what he said.
I think
right?
there was a thing that it was like I saw McGill that with his hands over his body, so he probably had his hand trying to stop the bleeding.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Because like McGillet said he was sleeping, so he probably didn't even notice this was happening.
Didn't see the
The guy
actual
climbed out of
stab.
here,
Much- he
stabbed
just-
him, and then probably went back in
Everybody
there.
just kind of saw McGill being flustered, trying to help.
Yeah,
the
exactly.
guy.
So that's they saw actually the later point then.
Mhm.
So yeah, they definitely they might not have been able to. Allow me to confirm one thing, Mr. Fairplay. You were riding this omnibus and witnessed the events in the cabin through the skylight in the floor of the upper deck.
Also,
Is that
another
right?
thing, the latch of the skybox is on the top, so they could just open it and said, "Hey, can I just come in, you fucker?"
Yeah, that too.
That's right. Yes.
In that case, there's a portion of the cabin interior that would have been out of sight from you.
Directly under you.
Yep.
What? My God, really?
Yes, really. Obviously, this stage we can't say for sure. But the possibility cannot be denied that at the time of the incident there could have been another passenger in the enclosed cabin of the omnibus.
Objection!
Shut up, Overhaul!
Enough hypothetical meandering, my Nipponese friend. The prosecution demands you substantiate your claims. After all, the scene of the crime is here, in the flesh.
Well, like in the wood.
Well, in the wood. Very well. I will uphold the prosecution's demand.
Show me on this wood. Oh, okay.
Show me on the doll.
Where did the Batman touch you?
You identify the area, I'm sorry, on this cross-sectional plan of the omnibus.
Okay.
Where exactly in the omnibus are you suggesting that this potential extra passenger could have been situated?
Right here.
Take that!
Read that!
Both rows of seats on the roof face the direction of travel, whereas the seats in the enclosed cabin face each other. Which means it's just all fair play. The visible part of the cabin which passengers on the roof deck can see through the skylight
It was fair play all along.
is as I've drawn here.
Oh,
That's right, my lord. As you can see, the seat opposite the one on which the victim and his attacker were sitting is obscured from view.
yeah, but this is considering that the person on top is not moving their neck for some reason.
Okay. Well, maybe, yeah. In other words, if someone had been sitting in that seat, it's quite possible that these witnesses would have been completely unaware of it.
Oh,
Or there was hiding someone there. You know, in the compartment under the seat. Shut up, Kaiba.
it is quite possible. Some phantom was sitting there.
It's another phantom. It's like the phantom lady in the first case.
Yep. You Nipponese have a forbidding habit of obscuring the truth with ambiguity.
Is that not what the witnesses were doing earlier?
I concur with the prosecution's racist rejoinder. In a British court of law, evidence is paramount. I cannot entertain this conjecture, counsel. That is, unless you are able to put a name to this mysterious passenger to whom you allude.
Can you, Mr. Naruhodo? Can I?
It's Beppo. I don't know. Can we see?
Can I? It was Strongheart. Huh. I mean, right now, I don't think we can.
Can we see the evidence? Can we just
Right,
go?
yeah. I mean, we have the gloves, but...
I don't know. Can we see the gloves again?
yeah, sure.
Uh,
So there's nothing embroidered, nothing...
nothing.
No.
Remember the knife. The knife is technically with an M,
Or W.
which we are trying to
I mean,
pinpoint,
yeah, probably M then, yeah, right. A guy with
which is probably the Moriarty or
Moriarty, yeah.
whatever. Yeah.
I mean, or it really is a W. It was Wario.
Yes!
Right.
Moriarty.
Moriarty, yes. Huh. No, I don't think we can. I just gotta see where this goes.
Yep.
I honestly don't know. Who could it have been? Who could have been in the other seat, which was out of sight from the witnesses on the roof deck? Honestly, I have no idea.
Yeah.
Oh, I have literally no idea. But as a proud citizen of the Japanese Empire,
What do you mean, but?
you will look to the sky and walk on. Make sure all signs of tears are gone.
Oh, so do we want to look inside the cart and look up or something? I don't know.
I guess? I mean, I don't think we could do that. Go on.
Mhm.
This is just a case of going on, Mr. Sato. What is that face? Oh, all right then. I'll go on. The defense would like to put forward a name.
You are a fool.
Yep. The response was a desperate attempt by a man who has no notion of his own limitations.
A toast to hard lessons not yet learned. Let us not delay, counsel. The defense is still to name the passenger on the seat.
Yeah, about that, this could be it. This could be the chance I've been waiting for to turn the trial in my favor. On that night, on the night of the murder, the person occupying the seat in the omnibus cabin that was obscured from view was... Or do we say it was McGilded? And the murderer was sitting next to him?
Oh yeah, because if we got the one flashback and the person on the flashback to the side of the victim was nothing like McGilded. So yeah, McGilded was sitting in front of the
So it was,
guy.
yeah, it was probably McGilded then who was...
sitting on
I
the
mean,
side.
that's the only... If we say McGillard is not the murderer, then
Yeah,
I guess we say
It's just-
it must have
it's
been him
just
then,
the
right?
person occupying the seat does not mean that person who did the murder. So it has to be McGilded.
Yeah, I know,
we
because
don't have
I was assuming that the murderer climbed out of the compartment, but like if we assume that the murderer was sitting next to the... Right, not McGillard was sitting next to Mason, then yeah, obviously must have been McGillard. The passenger in the enclosed cabin... Passenger in the enclosed cabin that the witnesses on the roof deck failed to see has to have been Mr. Magnus McGilded. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba!
I'm
McGilded.
loving it. Mr. McGilded.
Oh, what are you talking about, counsel? That's the name of the defendant. No shit, Sherlock.
Precisely.
Sherlock. No shit, Herlock.
Yeah.
Objection!
No. Whoa.
If I desecrate
Again, I might add.
this chamber by smashing my hollow chalice again, do forgive this discourtesy.
What physiques?
I,
What
I
the
imagine
fuck?
like after each try, he's just like standing in a puddle of wine each time because he keeps smashing
Yeah,
all the
like
glasses.
water and glass shards.
Yeah,
He just walks away and just he's like,
just the crunching.
People talk of those tiny island nations in the Far East as having a learned court and culture of their own.
What? Oh, they don't? Do tell.
Hold me, Mr. Judge. I'm gonna be racist, but I see they use the term zeal advisedly.
So you say a guy from an island nation somewhere in Europe is more sophisticated than someone from an island nation in Asia, right? Is that what you're saying?
For reasons.
What are you trying to? Yeah, exactly. What are you trying to say?
Let me explain attempt that even a student of a Nautilus backwater such as yourself might understand.
And where are you from?
yeah, those
That's the
people
one
are
you meant,
nothing
right?
alike.
Yeah.
When the bloody unfolded, the victim and his assailant were sitting side by side.
Yeah, exactly. And McGillit below because he didn't do it.
Yep.
Multiple witnesses have attested to the fact. It is the very premise on which this case is built.
Yeah, and I'm not denying that, am I? Objection.
This fucking objection. Is
But
so
that premise
terrible.
may be wrong. No, I think the premise is right. It's just that it wasn't McGillit who sat there.
Yeah.
What?
If the victim really was sitting beside Mr. McGillit, it creates an inconsistency that can't be reconciled in any way.
Doesn't. What inconsistency, counsel?
The defendant's gloves, my lord. Oh ho. Both witnesses made the same testimony. They claimed that there was blood on both hands of the person sitting next to the victim. Aha!
Oh.
Objects. Yet we know the truth to be otherwise. Only one glove bears the gory remains.
So those are McGildeds.
I guess
The point. Oh, put it there.
the point is...
Yes, the point is.
The point is, even in the face of this irrefutable evidence, both witnesses have maintained their stance.
Yes, the testimony remains unchanged.
So yeah, if McGillit
Thank
was
you,
sitting
Chris,
below them and they
for
didn't
actually
see him, then
brought
yeah,
to the
those
conversation.
actually are McGillis gloves then, yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. They both adamantly swear that they clearly remember seeing blood on both hands of the assailant. In short, the memory of events is correct, and the testimony reveals the truth.
Huh.
It was somebody else sitting beside the victim that night. A third party we have yet to identify. And the victim's blood was on that passenger's hands. Both of them.
And who was this third party?
Obviously, the true culprit.
Extraordinary. Is it? It's just like saying a fact.
Order! 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 What exactly are you postulating?
That my client is innocent, my lord?
The defense postulation is just that. Nothing more than conjecture. The witnesses have clearly stated that they saw the accused.
No.
Yeah. No.
When elaborating on his testimony, Mr. Fairplay said that two of them were wearing hats and I couldn't exactly make out their faces.
Yes. The tops of the hats were obscured by the roof. I could see the rest of them, though.
No gloves, by the way, on the guy on the left.
Yeah. I thought that he was white gloves, but he
Yeah.
straight up no gloves.
Yes, that's right. Both gents were most certainly hot-hatted. Hatters do tend to notice people wearing hats.
Yeah, yeah.
I guess. And what particular styles of hat did the two gentlemen sport, Mr. First? Oh yeah, that is the actually important evidence.
I'm afraid I don't remember.
Well,
And you call yourself a hatter?
yeah.
The style of hat makes no difference. There was no third passenger in that cabin.
How can you be sure?
because if there had been,
This entire case is shit. And I lose.
I lose, and then I get sad. The accused, Mr. McGilden, would undoubtedly have offered to depose him.
Well,
So
he was
sleeping.
yeah, he was sleeping.
Exclamation
Or did the
mark.
guy climb in through the skylight?
Unless, that is, you are proposing an even more preposterous explanation.
Yes.
He was a boogeyman.
He was he was on a rope. He roped in through the skylight from above.
Did he play the Mission Impossible thing, you idiot? Did the accused fail even to notice the presence of the two culprits in the very cabin in which he traveled?
He was drugged. Everybody in every case has to
Yeah,
be
exactly.
drugged
Did
at
he
least
eat?
once.
Did he have steak shortly before that? He's right. There was
Did
another
he eat
person
the
traveling in the
chicken?
closed cabin of the omnibus. It's inconceivable that Mr. McGillit could have been unaware of it.
Order. There is clearly a simple solution to this problem.
Yeah, just
Yes,
ask the
Judge,
guy.
please enlighten us.
Ask the guy.
Bring the accused, Mr. McGilden, to the stand.
Well, what did you say? What say you, counsel?
The prosecution objects, my lord.
Why? Is it not helping your case?
On what grounds?
As a suspect, he'll have already made a full statement to the police.
But what if there's some reason why he's unable to speak freely?
I don't give a fuck. Magnus McGilden is no uneducated ruffian. If it indeed turns out the man has been withholding information, you can be sure it would have been a most deliberate act.
Huh.
Oh. Counsel for the defense, what is your opinion?
My lord. Should we ask Mr. McGillit to testify or not?
Yeah, the man is
I mean,
testimony.
yes. I don't know what else.
Don't want any.
I mean,
Yeah, let's
sometimes,
go.
sometimes, you know, if your witness is like Larry Butts or something, you probably don't want him to testify because, But
But also,
yeah.
why would we really want to play less of the game?
yes, we need to hear what he has to say in order to find out the truth. That, and I don't know I don't know what he said to the police. So, the defense would like to call Mr. McGillit to the stand.
Oh, good. More 5 hours. In that case, I'd like to hear the opinion of the jury.
Oh, they get to have an opinion on this?
Oh, yes. I need a little time to consider this.
If you ask me, I think we should hear what Mr. McGillit has to say.
Get the man out here, say.
Spank.
It would be utterly illogical not to hear his testimony.
When something is doing, get it done. That's how I run things at the guild. Hearing what the patron of my favorite little park has to say. Oh yes, that would be lovely.
Yes, the jury says the man must be heard.
Well, that was quick.
I'm going to take some time. I want to listen. Anyway, so let's listen. So says I. Very well. The court will hear the defendant's testimony. Bailiff, show the defendant to the stand at once.
Now, maybe what actually happened that night will finally become clear. Okay.
Let proceedings be resumed.
I was actually, I was actually expecting a save point right here.
Right.
Yeah.
Mr. McGilden? Have you been listening to the discourse of the day?
No, I've been sleeping. To be sure I have, my lord.
There are now 2 matters on which the court desires to hear from you. The first is whether or not there was a third party with you in the omnibus cabin, as proposed by the defense. The second is that if such a person was indeed present, Why did you conceal that fact from the police?
Yeah, no, it's not my nature to hide anything, though.
In fact, here's my penis.
Just answer the questions, please.
The truth of the matter is, I've been desperate about this all along. Do I tell you all or keep my mouth shut?
Tell us what, Mr. McGilded.
The fine fellow representing me is absolutely right.
Oh, do tell.
In the carriage on the night with myself and the other man, there was another passenger.
Oh, it's true?
That was quick, thank you. Who was it?
We were going to have a testimony or something.
Okay.
Aye, just me who helped the little urchin get away.
Oh,
The little urchin.
The child. What?
Was it a child?
What all happened?
oh, there was a child on the trunk.
Yeah, was there like a kid or something? Like,
That does not mean that the kid was the murderer, but that was another.
yeah, maybe just like you.
Inside the
Maybe you
bus.
just wanted. Yeah, maybe just wanted to ride the bus without having to pay.
Yeah, when the child saw the actual killer. or
Oh
something.
yeah, maybe. You what?
Hey!
I'm sorry. What the fuck? No, Magnus McGilden. The convenient excuse can't save you now.
Truly sorry. So I am Lord Vizix. I'm sure you'll be wanting to know why I said nothing when I was taken by the police. You'll be having a very good reason, I assure you.
Which was?
Oh, maybe the child was also in the wrong place at the wrong time, and not in any way involved, you see.
Huh?
What? I'm sorry. What?
If the police had known the wee one was there, they'd have assumed she.
She?
Was a,
So it was a
okay.
girl.
They've hauled her into this here courtroom just like myself. I was only trying to spare her that.
Is she under your hat?
Young heart and young minds are easily damaged, my lord.
Yeah.
And who was this young child on whom you speak?
I don't know.
You don't know.
Well, can you
What
just
do you mean you don't know
Can-
every child of London?
can you describe her maybe?
Well, the only thing just happened to be in the carriage tonight. I never saw her before as arson.
I have absolutely no reason to believe this man. The prosecution calls for the witness statements to be disregarded by the court.
You know, I wouldn't be surprised if you're choosing here in this courtroom and as I speak, listening to the.
Is she actually under a hat?
As I speak, listening to the proceedings.
That'd be so funny. What? What?
I just woke up. That's fine.
Oh.
What? Wait. Who's trying to get away? Wait. What's going on? What's going on?
Well, can I object for
Be
this
careful,
one?
Mr. Naruto. Cover your face.
Bailey, don't let the accused escape. Secure the omnibus. I hereby call emergency recess. Shooting's happening real fast. Bailiff, ensure the defendant is in custody and clear the courtroom. Holy shit, is this a quick time event?
We were hurriedly removed from the smoke-filled courtroom by the bailiff. Amid scenes of chaos as people stumbled over one over another in the desperation to flee the chamber. We had no idea what was happening. All we knew was that, for the time being at least, the trial was suspended.
This is the to be continued.
Yeah, this is the... Okay.
What the fuck?
Right.
That was a really big cliffhanger.
Cool. Um,
Okay.